The ultimate Nathan Drake from Uncharted 4 made by NECA. Is this actually the ultimate figure, or is it just an ultimate? So here's the packaging this bad boy comes in. On the front you can see the cover to Uncharted 4 A Thief's End, and it says Nathan Drake Ultimate Edition action figure. On the side it shows a picture of Nathan Drake and says Uncharted 4 Thief's End. On the back it shows a lot of nice graphics. If you squint your eyes and look at that picture, you might think that it's actually a render from the video game, and it shows him in various backgrounds from the actual game, and it says 30 points of articulation, 2 interchangeable hands, 2 interchangeable heads, closed climbing hook, open climbing hook, pistol, and an AK-47 with a strap. And what I love about NECA is they also do take the time to actually give credit where credit's due, which is nice to see. Then you open it up, you see a map showing places that actually have been charted. I wonder if we'll get a future Uncharted, maybe Uncharted 5, because I was watching Cosmos last night, and Carl Sagan told me that the Earth has already been charted, so I think the next frontier for Nathan Drake is space. Let's open it up. Boom. Twisty ties, so I gotta pause and come right back to y'all. Yeah. Oh, I did. So let's check out the articulation before anything. I don't think I've ever done that before. His head looks back just a wee bit, and it looks down just a wee bit. It does a total 360 rotation at the shoulder. About that much. Does a total rotation. There is a bend, and at the bicep there's a rotation, and at the elbow there's a rotation. So you can do so many rotations with that arm. They really busted up the rotations there. And then at the hand, rotation, and bend at the wrist. And underneath his shirt, there is body, which is kind of cool. And I think that's a diaphragm joint. I can't really tell underneath it, but he can bend forward and back a little bit. And at the waist, he rotates. At the hips, his legs move out, so he can do quite the split. At the knees, double bend, he can go quite far. No rotation for the leg. And at the foot, barely any movement because of the sculpt of the pants. So it's a lot of articulation, but a lot less than I expected. Now let's get a little bit of rotation going so you can see the paintwork and detailing that NECA did with this guy. And I gotta say, NECA really owns it when it comes to detailing and paint application, because this looks really good. I saw some people online complaining about the face, the head sculpt. I think it's fine. I think it definitely looks like Nathan Drake from the 4th game. Maybe not the 3rd, maybe not the 2nd, but absolutely the 4th. I like the small details, like the watch, the holsters, the dirt on his chest, the blood on his head. It's looking really nice. One complaint though about the paint application is that there isn't really any continuity from the legs and the crotch, which I would have liked to see a bit more. It seems like they just did the paint on the legs and then threw on that crotch piece. So you get some mismatched tones and whatnot in there. And it really makes that area look just like underwear instead of forming to the paint that is elsewhere. But overall, these details look so good. And this is about a $25 to $30 figure, depending on where you get it. I paid about $25, I think, from Toys R Us, and I think that's totally worth it because, as I mentioned, you get crazy amount of accessories. So let's check out some of the accessories you can do. I want to note, as I'm setting up the accessories on him, there is a hole on his pants that you can stick the rope right on into. It's not the tightest and could take a couple attempts to actually get it in there. So I set Drake up here with his accessories. I think that he comes with an ample amount of accessories so you can do some cool poses from the game. I will say some weird things. The head, for some reason, it's like a peg instead of like a ball or something, so you stick the head in. It doesn't make like a sound when it goes in, so I wasn't sure if it was actually on the body or not. And also the hands are a harder type of plastic, so getting that gun in there was a bit of a challenge, and getting the hook onto his pants, it's a bit harder than I would like it to be, and it does fall out quite a bit. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I think the eyes are kind of weird on this. Maybe they're too blue, maybe they're too big, but something about the eyes make me think that they're not completely right. Something about them rubs me the wrong way. That's what I'm trying to say. If you have a surface that the hook actually connects to, you can actually make it so that he's hooked somewhere, like he's climbing or shooting someone, and I think that's really fun. The rope is kind of short, so you can't really have that much distance, and you gotta like figure it out how you're gonna hook it onto him. But overall, for what you're trying to do, I think you can make it work and have some real fun with this figure, unless you just want to pose it somewhere. But you could always pose it hanging from somewhere if you have a surface that it actually works, because otherwise it's just gonna fall. So overall, if you're a fan of Uncharted, I can't see you not picking up this figure. It certainly looks a lot better than some of the statues I've seen, some of those high-end collectibles, but there are some things that are problematic with it. The paint application and everything makes it really pop out and look really good, but I'm bummed out about the tightness of the hands and some of the paint application, especially when it comes to his pants and his eyes. But the high level of detail and the low price of this thing makes it extremely friendly towards a consumer. So if you pick it up, I don't blame you, and I think you made a right choice. I pre-ordered this and I picked it up at the midnight screening for Beyonce Knowles' 33rd birthday. Happy birthday, Beyonce.